Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, souls of all ages, Ramblemania proudly brings to you. It is I, your inaugural Ramblemania champion, four-time Ramblemania heavyweight champion, and your inaugural co-Ramblemania heavyweight champion, Hazel the Eye Zombie, running along with me as always.
Twin Seven! We're here all day. The other half of your co-Ramblemania champion.
We are Twin Magic, and welcome to another edition of Raw Rantz, where we give you the good, the bad, and who booked this shit of Monday Night Raw. And, you know, we are just a few days, we are what, 8 days away from...
Eight days.
We are 8 days away from WrestleMania being back in business. Now that we're going to be having a live crowd, we're going to have another two-night event. They're just stealing New Japan stuff because they can. And, you know, we also have NXT Stand and Deliver Night 1 and 2. We got a big week for Mania, not just for everyone, every wrestling event. For us, the Ramblemania show. You know, we want to give you guys the best content out there, whether it's, you know, Raw Rants, if we do SmackDown soon, whether if it's the Wednesday Night Wars, which is finally going to end because there was never a war to begin with. And, you know, we're coming back with doing interviews again because next week, next Monday, I will be interviewing two people. I will be interviewing one tag team who is, you know, making a big name for themselves in the independent scene. I've known these guys for years. They're good friends of mine. They are known as the Army of Two. They are the Zoltan, left hand on top. The Absolute 2K Chris Cage and the superstar Mikey Whiplash will be joining me here at the Ramblemania show. Also, after that, we will be having Larry Legend, wrestling announcer extraordinaire, coming back on the Ramblemania show for another interview. We had an interview with him before, but audio got corrupt, and I still thank him for taking me to my very first ever ICW show. That was the shit. So, guys, we want you to stay tuned for all of that. That's coming up pretty big for Mania Week. We do got some news for you guys. If you want to start with your news first, Six, Twin.
Yeah, it's fine. So look, I have a few. One that was interesting to me. We have the Broken Skull session with Stone Cold Steve Austin with none other than Chris Jericho himself.
People have been talking about this whole Forbidden Door thing, you know, coming to take place. So here's a source. I got this source from most of my sources. I get them from, you know, Pro Wrestling Unlimited or Wrestle Talk. I get all my stuff from them just because I want to verify everything before I talk about this. Yes, this is the biggest shock to ever come out in wrestling history. An AEW wrestler making a cameo appearance for WWE on a podcast for Peacock. And yeah, everyone is flipping the fuck out about this. You know, since we hit April, I'm thinking, this is April Fool's. You're April Fooling us. No, this is real. They have the countdown and everything. I'm like,
this is legit because they announced it on SmackDown as well. Oh, well, no, we can't even talk about SmackDown because SmackDown didn't happen.
No, you can talk about it. I mean, it's Friday. You just finished watching SmackDown, so
okay. So they did announce it on SmackDown as well that yes, Stone Cold is gonna have none other than Y2J himself, Chris Jericho, on the Broken Skull session. And it's interesting because Chris Jericho is currently working with AEW.
Yes.
So that's a big one for me. I have another one. I don't know if you was gonna do this one,
Mr. 420, Mr. Monday Night, Mr. Money in the Bank, Mr. Pay-Per-View, not Mr. WrestleMania, because that's so
that's my
Rob Van Dam is now being inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame 2021. Congratulations for RVD. We also have a celebrity wing being inducted. William Shatner, who inducted Jerry the King Lawler a few years ago into the Hall of Fame, is now being inducted in this year's Oh, in 2020's celebrity wing, because they didn't have a celebrity for last year's event since COVID happened.
Yeah, so man, listen, man, it's an interesting like, you know, people for the Hall of Fame this year. Like a lot of shockers, honestly. I wasn't expecting Kane to come, but then again, Kane is retired. He is fine. He is, like, I believe, officially retired.
Yes, well, you can say he's retired, but you know what? It's gonna be one of those days where it's like, hey, we need you for a Royal Rumble. Hey, we're back. The world's back to normal. How about you want to come to Saudi Arabia?
Listen, the money talk when it comes to Saudi.
Yes, and you know what? Him being in his political power, it's sometimes like, you gotta make that extra money if you want to
Listen,
keep
man.
your campaign alive.
Listen, you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. All right, we understand Glenn Jacobs, okay?
Titus ONeil is
Man.
receiving the Warrior Award. Yes, he is
Titus,
going to be the recipient of the Warrior Award for this year.
I feel like it should have been Shad.
I said the same thing also, but you know what? Titus ONeil actually deserves it. If he's not wrestling, he's become a really good ambassador for the company, for charities, school events, and everything for the kids and all that stuff. So I think it's a really huge step for Titus. If
Yeah,
he's not,
I'm happy for Titus. I'm not gonna say like I'm mad for. I'm not mad for. I'm not upset. You know, I just feel like he should have went to somebody else. But it's understands Titus has definitely been holding it down for the company. So it's no.
like, yeah, I understand from your perspective, from my perspective, even everyone else that said the same thing, like, oh, Shad Gaspar should be the recipient for the Warrior Award this year, due to his heroic sacrifice and everything that he's done for the company, outside of wrestling and acting and all that other stuff. He truthfully deserved it. But you know what? They're gonna go for the WWE working boy or working girl, and they're gonna just do this because it's Titus, and it's basically your you deserve it moment right here. If it's
Yeah.
not winning any championship in the company, this is your accolade. You are now the 2021 Warrior Award recipient.
Oh, and one last thing. It's not WWE related, but in New York, we're allowed to walk around and smoke weed outside and stuff like that. It's finally legalized. Yeah, so yeah, we can finally stop smoking in our cribs, and we can finally stop being paranoid and fucking, oh, we shouldn't smoke here and stuff like that. No, now we're allowed to walk outside and smoke and enjoy. Like, oh man, like, if you do come back to New York, my brother.
And Little Nas X is being sued by Nike for his satanic Air Max 97 sneaker.
Another
I
another
fucking wanted that shoe.
Yes, Hazel wanted the shoe.
And besides Titus, there is a rumor going around that Mickie James might be the next inductee into the WWE Hall of Fame. I don't know if they announced it on the bump, but Trish Stratus was on the bump, but she did write it on a tweet. Said two words: at the Mickie James and WrestleMania. So I'm hoping that this is just basically like Mickie James being inducted, because it's not that I don't think. Do you want to see Mickie and Trish wrestle one more time?
I mean, if they have it in them, yeah. But if they don't, then no. Leave it. Just leave it alone. Um, I'm tired of seeing a lot of these legends make a fool out themselves coming back. Like when they come back, and then they don't perform well. I don't. I don't. That's not a good. I don't feel like it's a good look for them. So like I said, if they can still go, by all means, give us a show. But if you can't, don't do it.
Also, speaking of the Zoltan, they have a match coming up April 24th at SWF Mega Slam. Well, I think it's the Road to Mega Slam. It's a dream match of history in the making. It's Zoltan taking on the WWE Hall of Fame tag team of the Rock and Roll Express.
What?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Hope I mean, I wish I could be there to see that match, but I want to wish you guys the best of luck. Show these legends what the new generation of tag team wrestling is all about.
Do what you do.
Now, I want to get on to some shit. Some to some shit. Some shit. But I just want your opinion first before I put out mine. So, your thoughts and opinions on the brand new, beautiful looking IWGP World Heavyweight Championship.
I um I love it. I like it. It's very different. I was looking at some comparisons and not the funny ones. I was looking at some comparisons of like the old belt where it was like a crown.
The V2 one.
Yeah, it was like a crown, and I seen how they try to bring that back, but in a different way and a different style. My only thing is, like I've told you plenty of times, I just wish the belt was a little bigger, because a lot of the wrestlers there, they are pretty big,
Yes.
so I just wish the belt was a little bigger. And I believe we had spoken about the side plates as well. That I think it should have been a little more. I just feel like it should have been a little bit more detail. Like definitely like to the belt that you have, the original heavyweight belt.
The V4 one.
Yeah, that one has a lot of designs, a lot of things going on with it. So yeah, it's good. I like it. It's sort of a new era. Yeah, we'll talk about the other belt, I think, after this one, right?
Yeah, I'll bring that up in a minute. But
All
first,
right.
usually I haven't done this in a while, in a very long while. And I haven't done it because I've been trying to, find some inner peace, find some fucking solitude. Maybe you know, put the disclaimer up, please. The views of Hazel the Eyes Out here, his alone, and do not reflect that of the Ramblemania show or the Bands Club. I can't appreciate the fact that, certain people won't give something brand new a chance. Now I get it. I could be hypocritical on certain things, like how I don't like the NXT Women's Tag Team Championships, or how they shouldn't have Women's Tag Team Championships to begin with. But that's WWE stuff. They book stupid shit every week. Every week. I've seen genius booking coming from TNA, fucking New Japan, Ring of Honor. Every other promotion has genius booking besides WWE. So, again, I look at this belt, this brand new, luxurious, beautiful looking belt that most likely is going to cost $2,000 online at newjapan.com.
It's going to cost a lot.
It is. I get it. Yes, it looks like a Cyberpunk 2077 version of the Divas Championship. Yes, it may not look good to your criteria. Yes, it looks like a stealth bomber. Yes, the side plates look like a TV that your parents used to have in the kitchen when they used to cook. Okay. Yes, the belt looks like many other things. But last time I checked, the belt ain't fucking Captain Planet. It is just an upgraded V2 version of the World Heavyweight Championship that they had back then. The fact that you guys won't even give this belt a chance to even be something. You can't make this belt be something. The one thing you do, you have to criticize it. You have to put your memes out there. I get it. You can do whatever you want because you believe your opinions matter on the fucking internet. Give something a chance. Let it be worth something for the company, for that goddamn business. And if you can't appreciate that, then most likely you're not a wrestling fan. You're just someone that likes to nitpick You nitpick everything. You nitpick how WWE has bad booking. So what? It's our job to do that. You nitpick about how, Ring of Honor is not utilizing some of their women, or how AEW's women's division is not that good. Everyone complains about everything. But at the end of the day, I think you guys should just give certain things a chance, like New Japan has given us chances to view them multiple times, and they put on such better shit than what they put on here in North America.
Yes, sir.
This means something. This right here means something. This is trash. Did you not see the new belt that they just put out on New Japan Strong? It looks like a cheap-ass badge that you could buy at a 99-cent store in Miami.
Yeah, that belt now, yes, that New Japan Strong open weight championship, I am not impressed with. They could have done way better. I mean, if you're gonna put out something like what you did for the heavyweight championship, pretty much the undisputed belt, because they could supposedly they combine the two, whatever. But then give us something good. You guys, it's like you guys was like, here, fuck it, man. Like, I do not like that belt whatsoever. I'll be honest. I wouldn't even fight for it, honestly.
Let me remind you people that you were the ones that asked, demanded for women's tag team championships to be on fucking WWE. Look at what they're doing with it. Look at it. I don't get it. The second they get what they want, they nitpick at it the very minute it gets unveiled, the very minute that it gets utilized, the very minute that it tries to become something, everyone just shits on it. And yeah, like I said, I can be hypocritical sometimes and shit on certain things that WWE likes to put out there. But you know what? That's why I have this podcast. I can put my opinions out there for people to listen to. Okay? Everyone else has their own opinions of how they feel with the company. The same way they feel about New Japan. You have your opinions on the belt, fine. But it's the same thing that I'm going to tell you with the TNT Championship when it debuted. Hold your fucking horses. Pump the fucking brakes before you start being a keyboard social justice warrior saying all this negative shit. Give the belt a fucking chance to mean something. Yes, it looks small. Yes, the side plates don't look that good. Yes, it looks like a fucking stealth bomber from Call of Duty, the center plate. It looks like a fucking Autobot. I get it. You can put all your jokes all you want. But overall, think about what this belt could do for this company. Think about what it could do for every other wrestler in New Japan that wants to fight for that belt. People are now trying to call themselves God in New Japan. Well, you know what? That belt is God. If you don't appreciate that, then I don't know why you like pro wrestling. Submitted to the approval of the Ramblemania show, this is Braun Strowman's parent-teacher conference. Without further ado, let's get ready to ramble! We open up Monday Night Raw at the Thunderdome! We open up with Drew McIntyre coming out in his football uniform and his kilt. He gets interviewed by Zara Schreiber, talking about the events from last week of how Bobby Lashley went to the 24/7 Division's locker room and said, anyone takes out Drew McIntyre before WrestleMania gets a WWE Championship opportunity in the main event.
Yep.
So Drew says, bring them all on. He'll fight all of them if he has to, and all the other stuff. I mean, What were your thoughts on this promo?
I mean, it was expected. I mean, honestly, no, it wasn't expected because I really want to see I was really expecting people to attack him. I want to see people attack him right there. It would have been pretty dope. It would have been more to Lashley's character. I know it's not what we want to see. We want him to we want him to be dominant. We don't want him to depend on other people. We want to be fair, but I mean, like I said, it was interesting. He's ready. I'll tell you that much. Drew is definitely ready for WrestleMania. So yeah, it was good. It was a good little promo to start. I wish somebody would have attacked him. Honestly, if you're gonna put a bounty on somebody,
I feel as if, I said this to you, a few weeks back. I feel as if now they're just pushing Drew way too strong, and I have a gut feeling. This is why I had that gut feeling that they're most likely just gonna pull the trigger and just have Drew win the belt, and Mania because of the whole live crowd thing. But then what's gonna happen after Mania if he does win? Is he still gonna get the same amount of cheers that he got before? Or is it going to be different this time? Because as far as I see it, he's now becoming Hogan, Cena, Roman. that's basically what I feel like that's what they're going to be doing with him. And it's not that he deserves that huge push. It's not that he deserves all that momentum. It's just I'm afraid of how they're going to use him if he does retain the WWE Championship.
Yeah.
All right. So we cut now to the Hurt Business coming out. Well, to Bobby Lashley's entrance.
Yeah.
And Bobby Lashley has his own name graphic to complete the whole entrance and shit. Like it debuted last week, I believe. But that's something that we hadn't talked about, like something that will go with his name. Like certain wrestlers have custom name graphics for when they come out. Like how Retribution had their own name graphic, Mustafa Ali had his own name graphic. Who else? I think they had one for Sheamus. I believe they had one for Seth Rollins, and one for Roman, but I don't know. So yeah, the Hurt Business, they come out, they basically talk about, what they were gonna do, what they did last week and everything, how they went to the 24/7 locker room, like, I'm issuing an offer. Take out Drew McIntyre before Mania and you'll be in the main event. And then they show footage of what happened last week in the 2-on-1 handicap match between Shelton and Cedric and Drew.
Where Drew just pretty much whipped their ass.
Yeah, just destroyed them. And, Shelton Benjamin taking a stand throughout this whole thing is like, is this what you brought us out here for, to humiliate us? And, there were certain things that Shelton Benjamin said that I was like, that's not true, because you didn't help Bobby Lashley win the WWE Championship. You were just a part of that lumberjack match. You just threw Miz back in. You didn't really beat him up or do anything. You didn't really interfere or do any of the other stuff. Bobby Lashley basically won on his own. He did that all on his own without your fucking help. You guys were just there. So they say that, and Bobby Lashley having this shit. MVP gets in the middle of it. Shelton gets in MVP's face. Bobby Lashley shoves him, and then that's when he just starts attacking them. Gets on the mic. Well, MVP just says shame on them, and then that's when they fire them from the Hurt Business. Yeah, and everyone was highly upset at this, of how this basically turned. Like I was even telling myself that this was most likely going to happen, and I didn't want it to happen because the Hurt Business was looking strong, and the minute they lost the tag belts, I was telling myself some shit's about to happen within the Hurt Business. Because what I tell you, MVP was not with Shelton Benjamin and Cedric throughout most of the time they were doing their tag stuff throughout that one Raw. And now we see the dissension the following week, and then look at what happens now.
Yep, I was I was kind of hoping that, it wouldn't lead to this. I was kind of hoping that it would be like just like mind games, just to to distract Drew or whatever. But it's not. It seems like it's fucking legit, bro. It seems like it's real. Yeah, it sucks, honestly. But this is what it is. I mean, we're gonna talk about it later, but we end up seeing what's happening. It's truly not the end of the Hurt Business, but it is the end of a few members.
Yeah, and we'll basically talk about what happens in the main event. We cut backstage to Cesar Schreiber interviewing Matt Riddle. Matt Riddle, being Matt Riddle as always, he talks about his upcoming match with Sheamus that he's gonna have with him, and where that transpires to after that match ended. He acts all stupid. He talks about how like he got hit with a scooter. So then he scoots off and he sees Titus ONeil. And Matt Riddle, being Matt Riddle, is just hello. Hello. I'm guessing RVD was backstage and he's like, here, hit this.
No, pretty much, bro.
So basically they're talking, and he's talking about roasts and all that stuff. Like, no, Titus is the host of WrestleMania with Hulk Hogan. And when I hear Titus and Hulk Hogan being the host of WrestleMania, I think to myself, like, why did Titus say yes to this? Why did he say yes to that? Like,
I don't know. But shout out to him, man. Honestly, it's gonna be fun for him, man.
Yes,
it's gonna be fun. But yeah, It is what it is.
So we cut backstage again to Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander, and this is Shelton Benjamin. Oh, this is the Shelton Benjamin I miss the most. You know, when he was like not even just the gold standard, when he was just, you know, the workhorse for the IC belt. When he used to be like the highlight for all the matches. This was the Shelton that wrestled Triple H and got over 3 times by him. So he goes, they find Adam Pearce backstage. They want a match with Bobby Lashley, but here's the catch. Shelton Benjamin faces him in this Raw, and then the following Raw, Cedric faces him.
Yeah.
And you know, Adam Pearce is, you know, having second thoughts on this, like trying to think this through, and it's like, you're protecting Bobby Lashley just like how you protected Drew McIntyre. Like, they're literally telling him, I guess you don't have your balls anymore, and they're yelling at him, make the match, and I'm like, ooh, this is the fired up Shelton that I wanted since he returned, and they didn't utilize that. Damn it. But this was a perfect moment for Shelton here, and I kind of like this. He was fired up, and I could tell that he really wanted to, you know, prove himself on this night. Especially if you're going to keep these two as a tag team. Because I like Shelton and Cedric as a tag team together. They're really good.
Yeah. Nah, they're definitely good. Yeah, I really enjoyed this. Shelton was definitely he definitely went crazy, man. Like, he's definitely very aggressive, and I'm pretty interested to see how Cedric and the Almighty goes next week on Raw.
So now we have our first official match taking place. We have Sheamus taking on Riddle. And before you say your thoughts on this match, what the fuck are they doing with Matt Riddle? So I mean, first it was the scooter, and I'm like, this is great. He's coming out in the scooter. At least it's not like on a deep ramp that they used to have, because otherwise, like, he would just like run, like he would just get hit into the ring, and that would look bad. So he does his signature, you know, kick, flip flops, pyro, but there's more shit added to that pyro.
Now you got birds.
They fucking pulled Tippy Hendrix the birds. I'm like, what the fuck? What are you doing? What is this?
Hey, listen, man. It's the bro, man.
There, like, Matt Riddle sometimes makes me, like, every time I smoke when I watch Raw, Matt Riddle makes me want to put this down. Because it's like, damn, they're making you sound that stupid. I shouldn't even be smoking this anymore. But yeah, your thoughts on this match between Riddle and Sheamus?
I'm actually like watching like the little highlights right now. You know, it's good to finally see, you know, like people like Sheamus going against newer talent, you know, because Sheamus, I feel like Sheamus done fought the whole fucking roster at this point. You feel me? So, you know, people like Matt Riddle or, you know, Keith Lee, and hopefully when Damian Priest gets out of this thing with Bad Bunny and the Miz and stuff, you know, like it's good to see, because now, you know, all these other wrestlers, they move different, they wrestle different, you know. So it was really good, because, you know, you got a brawler like Sheamus, very really hard hitting, and then you got somebody like Matt Riddle that's just very, I would say, athletic. He's an athletic and he's a striker as well, and you know, he has like submissions and stuff like that. So it's very good. But there was this part where Sheamus, I found it interesting that Sheamus had like, he went to his mouth, like really like yanked it, and you seen like around Riddle's mouth, and shit was just white, like it was like pale, bro. So it you know, it's crazy. It was a good match. It was a good match. I definitely enjoyed it. And I believe it was Sheamus that came out with W.
Yes, he came out with the win.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, it was Sheamus. So yeah, these two are gonna put up a show at WrestleMania if given some good time.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy. I'm happy that they're doing this for Sheamus, because I was telling you, like, where does Sheamus go after his match with Drew McIntyre? Like I kept saying, please don't put him in the armbar. Please don't put him in the armbar. He does not need to be in the fucking armbar.
Yeah.
You know, I thought we were originally gonna get like maybe a triple threat between Ali, Riddle, and Keith Lee, but after seeing this match was a good match. I don't know if they faced each other. Oh, I think they faced each other on SmackDown. I do believe that.
I think so. I'm not too
Yeah.
sure.
This was when they were on the SmackDown. This was like they were drafted to SmackDown and all that other stuff. So I think seeing them like compete, since I never really saw them wrestle on SmackDown since I didn't watch it.
Yeah.
It was a good showcasing. I mean, I like that, you know, Sheamus could take a young star like Matt Riddle and make him look this good. And I'm hoping that it's the same outcome at Mania. Like I'm not hoping that Sheamus would win, but I'm hoping they put on a good match because Riddle is stiff with his UFC MMA background, and Sheamus is stiff because he's a Belfast brawler and, you know, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So I can't wait to see what these two actually do at Mania. And, you know, they made the announcement that it's going to be for the U.S. Championship since Sheamus got the win. I'm like, okay, here we go. This may not be something to build up to, but, you know, this is something that they want to give us since they're doing Mania for 2 nights and shit. All right, so we cut backstage to Drew McIntyre now because I'm not going to talk about the whole Shane McMahon thing that happened because they always show that whole thing where he's training and then, oh, knee, oh, my knee, fuck, oh, my knee. I don't want to see that again. Like, I'm tired of seeing that. So we go to Drew. He runs into AJ and Omos. So basically, they're saying that Lashley got into Drew's head since, you know, he put that hit on Drew McIntyre to be eliminated before Mania and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it was a good.
Yeah, like, you know, you try AJ pretty much just like, yo, listen, I'm not worried about that. I got bigger things to fight, you know.
Yeah, like he's more concerned about the tag team belts.
Yeah, we ain't worried about you, but our time will come, and when it comes, just know it's a good old phenomenal 4-on win for you, buddy.
Yeah, I mean. Yeah. So now we cut to, oh my god, like oh my god, this needs to end. And you know what? Even through all of the shit salad that they've been serving us with this angle week after week after week after week, I don't mind the stipulation that they put in for Mania. Because before we talk about this, let's talk about this real quick. I believe that this is the second time ever in WWE history that a steel cage match, because I'm not counting Hell in a Cell matches, I do believe that this is the second time a steel cage match will be taking place at WrestleMania. People remember WrestleMania 2, King Kong Bundy versus Hulk Hogan, when WrestleMania had 3 nights. They did a 3-night event. New York, LA, Chicago. Guess where the steel cage match was? New York.
There you go.
All right, so we're back in the ring right now. We see Shane McMahon with, you know, Elias and Jackson Riker, and, you know, adding these two in here, it's just like, oh man,
I don't understand why they did it.
I'm guessing because Shane needs bodyguards because he's old and, you know, he has to be the chicken shit heel in this whole scenario.
So you're telling me a musician / wrestler and an army vet is gonna do the job for a monster? A monster, not a regular. He's not a regular human being. You can't really say that. He's a fucking. He's double the size I think a normal human being is supposed to be, bro. Like Braun, bro.
All right, so it's just, again, this is tasteless. All right, so we go to the ring. We see these 3 idiots there, and, you know, it's parent-teacher conference night on Monday Night Raw. Shane McMahon pulls out a piece of paper saying that it's Braun Strowman's middle school report card. And it shows on the report card history. Oh, wait, hold on. It's history, math, English, and gym. English is a D. Social studies
Yeah.
is a D. Math is a D. The only passing grade that Braun gets is a D plus in physical education.
And I don't even think you get a D plus. First of all, like,
My nigga, D plus is a passing grade.
are you sure it is?
Yes, it is. A D plus, my nigga, a 65 and up in the Board of Education is a passing grade. I mean, not like I'm trying to make that like some sort of big thing, but still, that it's still
He still passed. But
he still passed Jim,
Yeah.
and they have like performance reviews and all that stuff. Like Braun doesn't pay attention in class. Braun is stupid at math, and it shows that it shows Braun with a dunce cap and a little kid's outfit. 2 + 2 = 5. I'm not stupid. I'm not stupid. I'm not stupid. And Randy Orton is just chilling in the background yelling, stupid, 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 stupid.
Wilding the fuck out.
Because Shane McMahon is going to get a huge receipt for that shit. I swear. I don't know whether to laugh or be very uncomfortably numb with what I just saw here. I mean, we've seen a lot of stupid shit in this angle. A lot of stupid. Like, come on.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. That's that is probably the best thing.
I mean, look, Shane McMahon, he plays a chicken shit heel like a chicken shit heel. Because look, Braun comes out now, and
hold on. Before you continue, let me say something. Listen. Excuse me. Hello. Can you shut up? Can you shut up, please? Thank you. I'm recording. Thank you. Can you stop? I'm recording. Thank you. I don't know why you're in here, but can you stop recording? Thank you. Bye. I don't want to hear you. All right, my bad. I'm sorry. My coworker is talking about eat a dick. Literally,
tell them niggas eat a dick. You got work to do.
No. Mind you, he's not talking to me. He entered our group chat that we have for Dead by Daylight. Sorry, this just has to be in here, right? He entered a chat. I think he's recording while he's playing. These big Call of Duty. So he's like, "Oh, eat a dick," right? So that's the only thing I'm hearing while I'm recording this right now. I hear that on my TV. I put my headphones on. I'm like, "Excuse me, can you please stop saying eat a dick?" And then he goes, eat a dick, and then he goes, "Wait, why am I in this chat?" And then leaves. Yeah,
okay,
that's hilarious. I'm sorry.
So
Gusto.
there's a match that's gonna take place. I mean, when Braun comes out, Shane McMahon just runs out of the ring like chicken shit heel that he is. I mean, Braun versus Jackson Riker, typical usual bullshit. I mean, I don't know if Braun won this or this match ended in a disqualification because
if I am not mistaken, I believe it was. Hold on.
Yoshi, this is for you.
Braun won. Braun got the pin, but after the match, he chased Shane McMahon. Elias and Shane started jumping him, but he got the upper hand, and then that's when he challenged Shane McMahon to steel cage match at WrestleMania. He said, "There's nowhere to hide, Shane, you little piece of shit."
Now, wait, did he say piece of shit?
No, he didn't say that, but
okay. I'm like, okay, so it's Braun's turn to say shit this week. My whole thing is with before we get some more bullshit, because this is the funny bullshit that I want to talk about. I know you got a lot of thoughts to say about this. So with this steel cage, transpiring at Mania, I'm hoping that they do what they did in ECW 2006 when it was, still under the WWE name and it was starting to suck at the time. But yeah. I mean, like, I'm talking like Bobby Lashley Umaga, and I mean like Bobby Lashley running to the cage, throwing himself to the cage, and the fucking thing collapses onto the commentary table. And I mean like fucking Shane McMahon has to have Braun on the cage, like outside of the ring, on the cage, standing on the apron, and he does a fucking sick ass coast to coast off the top rope. The fucking cage breaks and Braun lands on the fucking commentary table while hitting the cage on impact.
I think honestly, I think that'd be cool because honestly, I did like it. I did like when Bobby Lashley, like when Umaga was on the outside, he just. So I think and I think that's cool. I would love to see something like that, but we gotta be realistic.
It's
WWE.
Mania. Do you know they're gonna do some crazy shit at Mania? If Shane McMahon is not going off the fucking pirate ship, something's happening in that goddamn cage.
Listen, whatever happens, I want to see something. I want to see something. It is like you said, it is WrestleMania week. It's WrestleMania week. It is WrestleMania. It's gonna be WrestleMania night for them. But yeah, nah, we need to see something crazy. Definitely with Shane McMahon. Everything that anytime Shane McMahon is in something, it's definitely bugged out. Like definitely with a big guy. Well, what was the big guys? First Kane, then he had we could say Kurt Angle was bigger than him. Like in mass or whatever. But you know,
Like
any big match for him.
Shane McMahon has been making Braun look stupid this whole time. The whole hypothetical thing that I just explained to you. What if that's a turn of events of Shane McMahon looking stupid, giving Braun the win because he rolls out from the fucking cage and hits the floor? Because if Shane McMahon does a coast to coast, he's gonna take the bump on the fucking ring, and that's just gonna put him out for a while because he's old. Brinka, hop, hop. We got fucking Morrison and Miz.
It's called Hey Hey Hop Hop.
Brinka, hop, hop, whatever the fuck it is. All right. So we got fucking Miz and Morrison doing the dirt sheet. And if there's one thing that I realize is that Miz has way, way, way too many shows on fucking TV. He has the Miz TV. He has the dirt sheet. He has the Miz and Mrs. He has movies. He has a whatever game show he was hosting. Whatever the fuck else. So
Yeah, whatever the fuck.
John Morrison, oh my God. I feel like John Morrison is going through a midlife crisis.
Why so?
He has the hip haircut. He has the $1,500 coat, the $700 purple, no, brown, orange cargo pants with white ups, and he has his glasses, and it's like, bro, you can't. You look. Oh my God, man. Reggaeton artists could beat the shit out of you right now for you trying to look like them.
Yo, listen, okay? I understand all that. You already know. I love this.
It's funny. It's really funny because the Miz could do it all. Like, he's not just some, MTV kid from the real world. He could act. He could be serious. He could be dramatic. He could cry on camera. He could be funny. Come on, him and Damian Sandow with the Sun Double shit. It was over as fuck, but it was funny as hell too. To at least get some humor in the Miz, that's a good thing.
Look, anytime you put the Miz in something like this, he's gonna deliver, man. To me, it's just this is the entertaining part. World Wrestling Entertainment. Yes, we love we want to see the wrestling and stuff. When it comes to WWE, we're gonna get that, but we're also gonna get the entertaining part. And this is the entertaining part, man. Like, and what better person to do it than the Miz, yo? The Miz literally knocked it out of the park. Like I enjoy.
And Morrison too. Don't just give credit to the Miz.
Oh yeah, nah, yeah, yo, like I was telling who was I telling it to? I was talking to somebody. Oh, I think I was talking to my boy my boy Maverick, aka Combs. I was talking to him, and if you guys don't know who he is, he will be here for the first night of WrestleMania. He will be making his debut. He's a special guest. He's a very close friend of mine. We work together. Yeah, so it's gonna be pretty cool for that. But definitely enjoyed it. Morrison definitely kicked ass. The Miz knocked it. They both knocked it out the park. I really enjoyed this, man, and I'm looking forward to seeing what happens between the match between Bad Bunny and The Miz. Because honestly, like I'm really looking forward. I want to see like what Bad Bunny's been practicing. Because they say he's practicing, but usually when they say that, they give them like what, like 4 or 5 moves, and then that's it.
Yeah.
Also, like I want to see. So I'm expecting some shit.
So we some people found out why we're not gonna get the tag team match that we thought we're gonna get. Morrison got injured. I think it was at the Triple Threat opener
Oh,
for the U.S. title, and
wow.
that's why he hasn't really been wrestling that much on Monday Night Raw. So yeah, that's why I guess they made it a one-on-one. But I mean, they're not just gonna have him just sit there in the corner and not do anything. He's gonna get involved in some sort of scenario with Damian Priest.
It has to be, bro. Like you say, like he has to do something. He has to be involved somehow. I don't want him sitting on the sideline. He's definitely, even though he's injured, he could definitely do something. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Like I'm hoping with the final Raw before Mania that they add some sort of stipulation to the
yeah.
Miz and Bad Bunny, because I can't see this just being a singles match. It's not gonna look good.
He's
I mean,
only
not that the match is not gonna look good. I just don't feel like the outcome of the match overall might not look good. Like I want to see at least like maybe just throw in a no disqualification if that has to be the case. Do that and just get
yeah.
it out of the
Because
way.
you're expecting for something to happen. If you're expecting for something to happen, you don't want it to end in disqualification. Like for all that, like
Yeah.
no disqualification. It's last minute, but yeah, here's no disqualification match.
Well, I don't mean like in disqualification, because they hardly ever do DQs at Mania. They never do a DQ match at Mania unless if you're Giant Gonzalez and the Undertaker at WrestleMania 9. You know, it's not that I don't want to see this end in a DQ. I just hope that they add some sort of gimmick to this. Something to have the Miz entertain Bad Bunny to, and something for Bad Bunny to do, and something for Morrison and Damian Priest to do, instead of them just sitting there looking like bouncers for their respective coworkers and shit. It's just gonna look dull.
Honestly, I'll be honest. Like Damian Priest already looks like that for Bad Bunny. He looks like
Yeah.
a bodyguard already. So there's no changing that. It's already too late. Like, but that is already too late.
So we got the music video, and oh my god.
I enjoy. What I'm gonna say is I enjoyed the shit out of it, man.
Adam Rose called. He wants his bunnies back. God damn it! What the fuck?
He can have them right after this. Right after this video, blows up.
All I remember from that song is Brinka, hop, hop. I'm like, God.
The song is already on Apple Music, I think, and like that. Like, so it's making some money, man. It's making some. It's going out there, man. Hey,
But what do you think of the song?
fucking love it, bro.
I mean, is it better than Hey Hey Ho Ho? Because I like that. It's
I like Hey Hey Ho Ho, but this song definitely for me has a has an upbeat, like you dance to it, like hey hey ho oh, this is for the hey.
I can see us right now, you, me, 6'10" in a fucking car, and it's like I'm driving, and we have the windows like all the way down. We have the fucking music blasting, and we're playing Hey Hey Ho Ho, and then the Spanish version while cruising down Washington Heights.
Hop hop, and then whatever other fucking songs this guy and fucking Morrison decided to come with. But honestly, man, I enjoy it, man. It's fucking dope, man. Like I said, this is the entertaining part. This is the entertaining part of WWE. And what other two people would knock it out the park than Morrison and The Miz?
I like the fact that they're giving Miz an opportunity to branch out on like different things besides acting. I mean, him doing music, it's brand new, because maybe it's because he's facing a musician, but he was doing that before Bad Bunny even came in. It was just something for Miz and Morrison to do for the time being, because if they're not going to be used for something serious in an angle, this will be the perfect opportunity to work with some mid-card, makeshift tag teams, or, mid-card guys that Miz is facing for the time being, when he was WWE Championship. That's a prime example. Miz was entertaining when he held the championship because of the two-time Grand Slam championship accolade that he received. That was the only reason why he won it. But Miz, even without a championship, he's entertaining overall. And having someone with him is basically hiding Miz's weakness into doing something solo. With his wife, Miz Taraj, his wife again, and now Morrison. Miz has been branching out different occasions, and I see why they're doing something with him every single week. Like they always have something for the Miz every week, and that is always perfect. Because if you don't have nothing for the Miz, it's like, where's the entertainment part in WWE?
Listen, when you have somebody like the Miz on your roster, you need to do something with him, man. Because honestly, this man is gonna knock. He's gonna knock it out. He's gonna always deliver, man. He is what he says, man. Like people hate it or whatever, but he's one of the hardest working guys in WWE.
But yeah, good comedic music video, and then we cut back. We have Damian Priest and Bad Bunny come out. These two guys, Damian Priest steps aside, Morrison steps aside, Miz walks up to fucking Bad Bunny and fucking potatoed him right in the face.
Right, and
then he goes into the ring, throws the fucking, Hollywood chair at the fucking virtual crowd, like, oh my God, are you gonna pay for the fucking thing if it breaks? And then breaks the mural and all that stuff.
He has the money for it. He's Bad Bunny.
Yeah. All right, so we come backstage to Randy Orton now. He talks about his legend killer days. He talks about all the legends that he's faced. And,
thank you.
Stuff with the Fiend and everything else. I mean, this promo is basically more build up to him versus the Fiend, because when we go to Alexa's playground, we're going to see what happens next after that. But, I mean, what were your thoughts on Randy Orton cutting this promo?
It just shows that, one, he's prepared. He's prepared. He's prepared for the Fiend. I don't know what to think, man. We done seen so much shit with Randy Orton in these promos. Fucking seen shit come out of his fucking mouth. Seen him get fucking fireboard in the eye. So it's about time that this rivalry comes to an end.
All right, so we have our next match taking place. It is Bobby Lashley taking on Shelton Benjamin.
One of the greatest entrances of all time, as every week. The almighty entrance. I love it.
Yes, and this is probably the best entrance. I mean, are we every time we talk about Bobby Lashley, are we gonna keep gushing over his fucking entrance? We gotta stop marking out about that. I mean, yes, it's a really amazing entrance. We love that entrance. It's fitting for a champion like Bobby Lashley being the Almighty. But what were your thoughts on the match between him and Shelton Benjamin?
It was a good match, man. It was good to see Shelton go back to some of his roots. Using his wrestling amateur background.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it definitely shows that he still has it. Like, Shelton Benjamin still definitely has it. Like, he's able to just hop on top of those ropes like it's nothing, that fucking leap and stuff like that. And he's been doing a lot of running knees to the corner, to the core. A lot of knee strikes he was doing in this match to Lashley and stuff. So I enjoyed it. It's good to see him, because technically I want to say no, this wasn't even. Wow, this wasn't. I was gonna say that maybe this is the main event, but this is nowhere near the main event.
No, this was probably like at the beginning of the second hour.
Yeah. So I mean, it was good. It was good just to see him wrestle. Definitely see him in a singles match. But squash match. Lashley. We all knew Lashley was gonna come out on top.
I didn't really see it as like a squash match. I think it was something, it was a good 8 minutes worth, so that's not really technically a squash, because Shelton Benjamin did have some offense.
But it's like it was I get that, but it was like it's kind of expected. It was expected for Lashley to win.
Yeah, it was just predictable.
That's what I mean when I say in squash. Like it's not like I don't mean it like he beat the shit out of him like the whole entire match. Not like it was expected for Lashley to win. That's why.
I mean, this match to me, it was a good showcasing for both of them, because both of them have good amateur wrestling backgrounds. Shelton, has a good wrestling background. You know, he wrestled Brock Lesnar in the amateurs and all that other stuff. Lashley's been doing amateur wrestling since his military years. So trust me, these two men have a lot of experience, you know, ground and pound, amateur style, Greco-Roman Olympian stuff. They have that feel for each other when they're in the ring. And they showcase that within maybe the first 3 minutes of it. And like, yes, you could showcase, you know, amateur wrestling. It's not just pro wrestling, because where did pro wrestling originally come from? Amateur wrestling. It all came from all that. So still, you know, they were doing all the holds and everything, you know, amateur holds, submission holds, and all that other stuff. And it was a good showcasing between these two. And this was basically Bobby Lashley saying, I'm fucking done with you. Get out of my life.
Yo, for real, pretty much. Like, that's it. Like, listen, you guys lost the titles. You guys are not getting the job done.
Bye. Can we talk about MVP being the fucking workhorse on Monday Night Raw throughout this whole show? How he fucking does commentary covering for Samoa Joe, and then he has to get up and fucking run backstage just to go do a segment. Like, how do you do it?
Listen, this is all I gotta say is half man, half amazing, man.
All right, so we cut backstage again with AJ Styles and Omos running into the New Day because there's a segment coming up because it's New Day game night.
New Day game night. Don't we all love it?
Yeah, so we're just gonna talk about what happened during the fucking segment. And I'm sorry. I mean, this segment was sort of funny, but I think everyone here looks stupid throughout this whole segment. So they have their little table set up with board games. You got your Uno cards, you got your Connect Fours, you got your giant Jengas, you got your little art tripod to put your little thing in. And they have your little Rock'em Sock'em robots that they don't even fucking play with. I'm like, you could have just played with that instead of playing fucking charades or goddamn Pictionary.
Were you upset with that? Did you want them to play with that?
It's not even the fact that I was upset with it. I'm just upset at the fact that when they did the whole charade and Pictionary thing, that, come on, you mean to tell me that they were doing the most easiest things, and I'm like, really, Kofi? You couldn't really fucking think, you couldn't really immediately say that was a rocket ship. So this is basically these guys backstage saying yes to everything that's on the script. Like, you got to say all this. You can't just say this thing. You got to say all these other things before you say the correct answer. And I'm like, oh my God.
It was annoying you, right?
It just annoyed me because it's like, you guys are smarter than this. And the fact that you guys are literally corporate yes men saying yes to everything that was on that script literally just made everybody in this whole entire segment look dumb. And almost looked like the dumbest one there. And I'm like, can we not?
I think Omos just didn't want to take part, but Omos,
yeah, he was just like, I didn't want to do this.
He's like, yo, fuck this. You go, we all see what happened right after. He beats the shit out of everybody in that fucking ring.
Yeah.
He beats the shit out of the New Day. So, you know, we definitely, Omos was not entertaining this shit whatsoever. Omos was not a big fan of it.
So we got a match between AJ Styles and Xavier Woods after this whole bullshit. Oh, well, before the match takes place, they want to talk about Hogan being the host of WrestleMania.
Got this little kid.
This fucking little kid with a fucking tall ass Hogan poster. I'm just like, why are you still promoting this fucking racist?
Yo, bro, he got supporters, bro.
A little white boy supporting the Hulkster. All right, so your thoughts on Xavier Woods versus AJ Styles. I mean, can I just say that this was just a TNA match being a TNA match?
Yeah, pretty much, because they were both in Impact, both a TNA version of Impact. But it was a great match, honestly. Xavier Woods is very athletic. He's probably very underrated. He's very good in that ring. Definitely, it's definitely like you said, it's definitely like a rematch back to the old TNA days. But now they older. You know, they gained a lot of weight. You know, from back in the day. You could say
yeah.
got a little thick. But you know, them boys can still wrestle, man. They can still put up a showcase, man. And it was definitely a good match, man. I'm really looking forward to seeing what my boy Omos.
Yeah, like I mean, I'm probably just gonna say it throughout every single segment. We just have to wait till next week because that's the go home show of Mania. We have to wait to see what happens because there needs to be a lot of build up for this shit. This match, this was a pretty good match. This was probably my match of the night for Monday Night Raw. I mean, oh my god, when AJ Styles does drop kicks, and when someone takes them, it looks just beautiful. And when AJ did a drop kick to Xavier Woods, it looked like he really just took that shit straight to the face. These two, again, this is a TNA match being a TNA match. AJ Styles being the phenomenal one, since they don't say the phenomenal one in WWE, and Xavier Woods and his Consequences Creed stuff. Omos getting some offense in. He puts Kofi in a gorilla press and just chucks him in front of the virtual crowd, and then he comes into the ring. He basically does his choke slam powerbomb, or no. He basically does a V2 version of a spine buster, basically. Yeah. And then they just zoom in Omos' sweaty, bald face. So we cut backstage again. Yo, I hate when they just do all these backstage segments. Like for 3 hours, bro. You do 10 backstage segments in 3 hours. Well, that's a lot, man. All right, so cut backstage to Alexa Bliss's playground, and this segment went from her saying the same shit to now shit just got real because of what happened at the end. So she talks about everything that's been transpiring with Randy Orton and all that stuff. She gets a little Jack in the Box. She plays with it. Oh my god, fucking Fiend! And then one thing that caught me off guard is that Alexa Bliss is not using any of my cocaine anymore to cover her face. Now she's just regular skin, Alexa.
Yeah, she didn't need all that. I think they watched it and they're like, yeah.
I think it's because they've been putting this rumor out that it's most likely Alexa Bliss is finally gonna get her new mask at Mania. So I think that's why they were doing the whole pale face and all that other stuff.
I'm down for it.
But then, after, Alexa stops talking, it zooms out, and then right out of nowhere, you just see, oh shit, it's Nemesis from Resident Evil 3, just sitting on a swing.
He's just sitting there like.
What's up?
Yeah. Let me know when WrestleMania is here, bro.
Yeah, can we just see what happens next next week? So we can go to Mania now. And this whole promo was just this is really good. I mean, I know they're not doing stuff behind the scenes with Firefly Funhouse. I'm thinking they're gonna go back to that after Mania. So I'm hoping that they do this. Like, if Randy Orton gets defeated by the Fiend, like he takes Orton's soul and basically his soul regenerates him back to his old figure and shit. Since he burned them, I'm hoping that happens. Like, it sounds stupid, but I'm hoping that happens.
You have to explain how he goes back into the other Fiend. That's what it is. Like they gotta explain how he goes back to normal if you're gonna put him back that way.
We got more backstage shenanigans this time.
Can I say this? When we start this segment, right? It looks like they didn't tell the cameraman to start right away because Drew's sitting there for a few seconds while the camera was on him, and then he gets up
There's way too much backstage shit going on. There needs to be more wrestling than backstage shit. All right, Drew McIntyre is he's done with this shit. He goes to the 24/7 locker room, and Braun Strowman's sitting there, and he's calling everyone out. All right, I'm calling all of you out. Everybody, who wants to fight? Who wants to fight? He fucking does something with Drew Gulak. There's too many Drews. For all intents and purposes, get rid of Drew. Get rid of the Drew and Drew Gulak, and just call him Gulak. All right, there are way too many Drews in WWE to be on the fucking roster. All right, so fucking gets into Angel Garza's face. He gets into some other jobber's face. He gets into Braun's face, and he does nothing with Braun because Braun says, "When you're WWE champion again, I'm coming after you, and you're gonna get these hands." So he just, like he's done with all this shit. Like he's trying to see if everyone's man enough to take him out, and he goes to Ricochet, and Ricochet's just sitting there. He's like, I don't want no beef, but we can have this match in the ring later on if you want to settle it. I mean, what did you think of this?
A waste of time. Like remember back in the days, man, when somebody used to put a hit on somebody, man, like you had people coming from every corner, like the new generation, they don't want the opportunity, bro. And then they claim, oh, they don't want, they don't want to do it for life. They're not, like they want him to be good for, like Ricochet, he was like, oh, we ain't like that, but he was looking for a fight. I give you a fight, but man, if it was me, man, and somebody put a hit, man, I'm taking an opportunity, man. I'm fucking you up, bro. Like,
and fucking Matt Riddle was there too. I'm like, bro, don't you got a segment to do later on that we're gonna talk about in a few minutes?
It was interesting. I liked it for whatever, but I also think it's a waste of time, bro. Like, just get to the fight, man. Let's go. Like, I would have been, but like I said, if it was me, bro, I would have been attacking these niggas left and right, bro. Like,
yeah.
No, but it is what it is, man. It was a segment. Like I feel like it was a waste of time, and that's just that, man. It happened.
All right, so we now have our next match, which is Shayna Baszler taking on Naomi 1-on-1 with Lana ringside. Nia Jackson ringside with her sommelier, and now we have and Dana Brooke on commentary. I swear, it's like they're just gonna make this the triple threat. Like they should just announce this match already. Why are you gonna do that at the go home of Mania?
Oh, so in case you don't know, like I say, you didn't watch SmackDown. I think it's gonna be a fatal 4-way actually, because they had the Riot Squad come out. It was so first you had Carmella, which I think Carmella's gonna be teamed up with Billie Kay. I think Carmella's gonna be teamed up with Billie Kay. So you had Nia and Shayna. You had Tamina and Natty. Then you had it was Tamina and Natty fighting Nia and Shayna. It was Shayna. It was Shayna versus Natty. Tamina was on the outside. Nia was on commentary with her sommelier. With Reginald. Then during the match, that's what happened. During the match, you had because it was weird. Shayna lost to Natty in a weird pin. You know how they do the pinfall, but they back and forth, they roll back and forth. Yeah. Did it twice, and then Natty was Shayna was her shoulders was pinned down. Then Natty got to 1, 2, 3. Nia came in, attacked them. Then out of nowhere, the fucking Riot Squad come out of nowhere. The Riot Squad comes out of nowhere, and then Lana and Naomi comes out of nowhere. So I believe you had 4 tag teams that was there. So I think it's gonna be a fatal 4-way.
Well.
And what are you eating?
I'm eating garlic bread with mozzarella. Look, again, it's not that I didn't care for this match. It's just I
didn't care for the match.
I just don't have my opinion towards it because again, it was a stupid match. Naomi beating Shayna is ridiculous, and I think Shayna deserves better than what she has now. Okay, so we cut backstage to Asuka, and now Matt Riddle. Oh my God!
Everybody is cracking on
now. Before we even talk about the promo, call it shoot or work.
No, I think he legit forgot. I think he legit forgot.
I'm also gonna say shoot, but Wrestle Talk did confirm that was actually in the script, that this was actually part of the whole thing. All right, so basically this is what happened. So Matt Riddle runs into Asuka because Asuka's about to come out to do her contract signing with Rhea Ripley, which holy shit. Oh my god. We'll talk about that contract signing in a minute. So Matt Riddle shows up in his scooter and he's like, "Hey Asuka, what do you think about Japan? Did Japan people ride scooters?" And he's like, "Oh," and just goes normal, just goes completely normal. He's like, "Never mind, I forgot what I was gonna say there," and just leaves. And I'm just thinking to myself, at first when I saw this live, oh my god, I don't like when I'm unemployed. When I saw this live, I'm like, do I really have to watch this? Because sometimes when I'm at home on Mondays, it's like I really don't want to watch Raw, but I have to because it's a job and I have to do it. So
I don't know, man. I think he really forgot, man. I don't know.
I mean, I would say the same thing that if he forgot, but if Wrestle Talk and other wrestling, podcasts and news pages are confirming that this whole thing was just a work from the start, then I'm gonna believe everything that they say. So if this was what it was, and this was what it was, and that's how they did it, and for some reason they didn't take it off the air. We now have the contract signing between Rhea Ripley and Asuka, and oh my god, this Rhea Ripley that they're doing. I mean, I know that this was not the buildup that they wanted to do. We all know it was going to be Asuka. I was like, oh, speaking of Charlotte and all that stuff, Andrade is now in talks with other companies. If you saw on his post, he had a pen and paper. He was signing something, and he had his little La Sombra chain. I'm like, oh, is he coming back as La Sombra, or are we gonna actually have the Andrade? Because the Andrade name is not trademarked by WWE.
Yeah, that's his name.
Yeah. So this contract signing is, oh my god, this is probably one of the best woman contract signings I've ever seen, because Asuka just literally takes a table to the fucking head. Like, yo, Rhea Ripley chucked it like a dodgeball. Because, what was it? Nia Jax and fucking Shayna Baszler had to come in and interrupt the whole thing. And that's when they announced the Raw before Mania. There's going to be a tag match between Rhea Ripley and Asuka taking on these two women. But, oh my god, I cannot get that table spot out of my mind. Like, literally, like, I don't know if she chucked it or she just flipped it over and it just hit Asuka's head, but that shit hurt like hell. It hurt like hell. Like, Asuka looked like she was knocked the fuck out. This was probably the best women's contract signing in WWE so far for Mania. Like, this is a good buildup because they're making Rhea Ripley look like a beast.
Yeah. Nah, they are. I don't know. I feel like what do you feel? Who do you think will come on top? You think Rhea Ripley taking the title from Asuka?
I mean, look, it could be like it's Mania, so expect the unexpected. There's limited possibilities on who you could possibly choose. A lot of people could say Rhea Ripley because she could look like a beast against Asuka, and Asuka wouldn't mind taking a loss against a newcomer that is not really a newcomer because she debuted last year on Monday Night Raw. You idiots. Look, it's even with me. To me, if I look at Asuka and Rhea Ripley, it's a coin flip because I don't know what's gonna land. It could be heads, Asuka, tails, Rhea Ripley. It can land on whoever for me. One of these women could win. In my opinion, Asuka should win because she really needs a win at Mania, a singles win, a championship singles win at Mania after losing to fucking Charlotte on bullshit scenarios. Drew McIntyre taking on Ricochet in a one-on-one match, and oh my god, did you see the big air that this dude was just taking from Drew McIntyre?
Listen, anytime Drew goes against someone like a cruiserweight or something like that, bro, like you see they be selling it. They be selling for this guy, man. Like fucking a claymore, right? You take a claymore, right? But the claymore makes you do a whole fucking flip. Literally a flip. Like he's like claymore, boom, face first. I was like, yo, like it goes to show you one how athletic somebody like Cedric is, because he can sell a move right to the point where it makes it seem like they really hit you. And sometimes they do, but sometimes, let's be real, sometimes they don't. And if he didn't hit him, then I'll tell you this much, he damn sure made it seem like he did. And enjoy that shit, bro. I said, I really look. I can't even see your eyes right now, but I'm pretty sure that shit is hitting.
Oh yeah, trust me.
It's hitting.
All right, so to me, this match between Ricochet and Drew, again, it was a good showcasing.
Yeah, I mean Ricochet
for the main event. I like how they have Ricochet at least do a little something, make himself look good, sell good, make Drew look good overall. And then what happens after that? Match is over. Fucking Wild Ali appeared from out of nowhere.
No.
And I'm just like, okay, Pokemon battle? So Bobby Lashley got Pokeballs now. He's just summoning everyone. Ali, go!
Yo, Ali came in there, man. He tried to do some damage, man. Nope.
All I kept telling myself was, yo, this is literally a Pokemon battle. And I'm just telling myself, like, oh my God, you guys are fucking assholes. All right, so yeah, Ali versus Drew McIntyre. So basically it cuts to commercial. And then we cut back. We see Drew McIntyre like with his legs between the posts. They're working on the knee. They're working on the knee. And notice how there's not a lot of leg slapping going on.
We got a debut. We got a debut. We got a debut of a running baby.
So we this was another good
match. Say hi, Johnny. Say hi. Say hi.
Hello.
You chilling.
All right, so we basically have the match between Ali and Drew McIntyre, and Ali is getting a bit of offense here. He has new gear now too after his whole thing with Retribution breaking up and stuff. So
yeah,
Retribution is gone. It's now just Ali by himself.
Yeah. Bad, but yeah, he's a lone man now. He's doing Retribution stuff by himself. He never needed Retribution.
Again, Drew McIntyre, looking good in this whole match. Ali making him look good, selling good for him. Eating the pin, taking the Claymore, and all that other stuff. Drew McIntyre doing double duty, basically a mini gauntlet match. They're basically trying to do this whole hit thing seriously. Like, oh, we got to take this guy out before Mania. I want my WWE Championship match. Like, again. We gotta wait till next week to see what happens at the go home show. So now,
go ahead.
Bobby Lashley comes out, and now they both start fighting, and then fucking King Corbin shows up out of nowhere, and just starts beating the crap out of Drew McIntyre. And I'm thinking to myself, you're beating the man who used to protect you when you were the constable. Like, look at how full circle this all came out. One's a champion, one's a king, one's just getting beat up by former lackeys that he used to team up with around, 2 years ago?
Yeah, literally. So, wait, so technically, King Corbin doesn't get an opportunity yet because he hasn't taken him out. He weakened him, but taking him out means, legit, taking him out. So right now, King Corbin is just part of the Hurt Business, but we all know he's really in it because he wants his,
Yeah.
title opportunity.
Exactly. And, you know, also when throughout that whole segment, like, Drew didn't really get any offense on Corbin at all. It was just, you know, Corbin did all of his power moves and all that other stuff. And then it went to Lashley doing the hurt lock a bunch of times on Drew. And then, you know, you have MVP, you have Lashley there, you have Corbin there. They're all standing together. And, you know, that's how the show ends.
That's how the show ends. And, you know, it was pretty good. I liked it. I know a lot of people are really disappointed. You know, they wanted to, you know, see, MVP Cedric, you know, but you know, they got rid of what they might call baggage.
I mean, look, overall, I could say this Raw wasn't bad.
Yeah.
It wasn't even like good. It was halfway good, and then it just went stupid.
Yeah.
You know, again, you know, I just want this angle to end between Braun and Shane. They really need to stop making these wrestlers look. The roster needs to stop saying yes backstage to a lot of shit that they see on the script. They need to go back, go to the writers, and be like, "Why do I got to do all this? This doesn't make any sense. Like, I don't want to look that dumb on television. Like, everyone knows we're smart. I know we're kayfabing, but come on, like, everyone knows what's going on. We don't want to keep insulting their intelligence, and that's what you basically did in that whole segment. You insulted the intelligence of everyone that was in that ring and our intelligence. I'm like, really, Kofi? You couldn't just said rocket ship was in the fucking second try. Oh, the whole Shane and Braun thing is just, it has to end. It has to end. They really, oh my God, like, they really need to do something with this women's division. I mean, I like what they're doing with Rhea Ripley and Asuka now, since Charlotte Flair had to be replaced. And what a shock. Charlotte Flair will not be at this year's WrestleMania.
Yeah, we all thought that she might have, but no.
No, due to, you know, COVID and all that stuff. And
supposedly she was pregnant or no?
No, she was tested positive for COVID. So even if she would have came back on Monday, there wouldn't be any way to just throw her in there. It would just be fucking random, and it would look stupid.
Yeah.
So let her just get a break. I mean, overall, I'm just gonna give this show, like, you know, like Braun Strowman's report card. I'm gonna give it a fucking D+.
Yeah, I was thinking I'll give it maybe like a C, like a C- or whatever, because the show was good, but honestly, it had a lot of down parts, man. Well, I wasn't really impressed with, man. So I feel like it could have been a little bit better, but it's like I always say every week, man. It's expected by WWE, man.
Yeah, so yeah, you're C- with my D+. Yeah, we're just gonna leave it simply a D+. It passed. It was like Braun Strowman's report card in physical education. It passed. It got a 65.9% on the whole fucking report card. You passed with fucking red flags. Because this show had way too many red fucking flags.
Too many.
Way too many. But again, we just have to wait to see what happens fucking next week.
Next week, we're gonna have the whole WrestleMania week, man. Get ready for a lot of videos, man. We're gonna have a lot of videos to post.
If we do reactions for fucking Stand and Deliver, we have to talk to everyone on Sunday for that. All right. Wait, hold on. I need my gimmick. All right. So find us on Facebook.com/Ramblemania Show. Leave us a subscribe, like this video, share with your friends all over your social media. Find us on Linktree, where you can find us everywhere on audio, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, SoundCloud, Anchor. You can find us Instagram at Ramblemania Show, Twitter at Ramblemania, Facebook.com/Ramblemania Show. We put out stuff every single week for all you guys to enjoy and listen to on a regular basis, and even during the times here at COVID-19. Twin, tell them where to follow you.
You can follow me on Instagram on Savage Pro Wrestle Podcast. Once again, Savage with 2 A's at Savage Pro Wrestle Podcast. Yeah.
You can follow me on iZombies at Instagram. IZOMB,
Doubles.
We got interviews with the Zoltan, Larry Legend coming up during Mania week. And then it's the final shows before Mania where we defend this and we destroy the Banter Club once and for all. It's going to be me. It's going to be Twin. It's going to be motherfucking Twin Magic. For Jay Savage, I'm Hazel the iZombie. We are your co-Ramblemania heavyweight champions. Wishing you a point and goodies. A too sweet.
A goodbye and good night. Bang.